I'd like to summarize the first sessions that we review as a team, and just for the new participants join this segment, I'd like to summarize a little bit of what we heard so far. So we talked about edge computing and a beautiful story from Stephanie that really inspired all of us. Edge computing is a foundation for all the digital transformation that is happening right now. So we encourage you to Google it, find out more about what is it. Big data and analytics. Without a powerful computer, there is no possibility to work on all the great things that we can do with artificial intelligence, with automations, with all the things that we've been preaching. So the homework for all of you that didn't attend the first segment is you can listen again to that. We're going to have a recording session, and hopefully we can catch you up on that topic, or just simply Google it. Google it, because this information is essential and is available for all of us. The second thing that I think I learned from this first beautiful event is that you have to believe in yourself, right? It's beyond the technical knowledge that you can acquire. It's really the power that you can activate within yourself. And when you believe in yourself, great things will happen. So identifying and getting to know you and your talents and your experience, that really, it becomes very important for your success. So we give you a call to kind of visualize and kind of start writing down all the great things that you already have and maximize them. Be curious. No knowledge is happening every day. We're creating knowledge on everything that we're doing right now. So be curious. Find information. Get to YouTube. I love going to YouTube every day and learn something new. Make that a goal that you have to accomplish every day before you go to bed. Learn something new. Be curious. And also learn from everybody around you. Set up one-on-one. Find out what is their secret for success. I really like that part. Then we move into a second session, and it was really a new mindset. How do we really get ourselves ready for the new jobs coming up? What are the skill sets that we have to look for? And you know what the team says, beyond technical skills, which we are helping you in this session with learning and knowledge and new things, there's something more powerful. And it's soft skills. It's how do you navigate the system? How do you really associate yourself with everybody around? And when they talk about the power network, that really activated my mind right away. So I encourage you to find or to form your network. And some guidance, and I will just add some of my personal notes here. Your network, there's multiple type of people that you want to surround yourself or you want to be connected with. Find those that will sponsor you, that will guide you, that will take you to the next step. Find those mentors, those people that inspire you, that you know you're going to learn something from them. And more important, they're going to make you think. They're going to make you think, and you're going to find answers to your own questions. Find those ones that are going to advocate for you. They're going to recommend you. They're always going to have something great to say about you, because obviously this world and the way that we live in right now, el resume, o lo que llamamos en español una hoja de vida, el resume goes beyond, right? It's what my peers are going to say about me when I was working with them. What are the recommendations they're going to say? Find a cheerleader. Find somebody who motivates you. Find somebody who puts you and tell you, don't give up. And whenever you feel low, that person's going to be there for you to make you smile and cheer you up so you can continue moving forward. You also have to have somebody who knows it all, somebody who has the knowledge, who's very experienced, and they will be able to give you the answers of any question you have. And last, those connectors, somebody who can connect with somebody else, because, alone we cannot make it happen. So that will be kind of my key messaging on the network, because I think it was a powerful topic to discuss. And last and not least, the last session was energizing. You'll have the chance to create your destiny, to create business, to have products, to have ideas, and take it to the market. You can do it. Many people have done it, and we know that you have the power to make it happen if you love and believe in what you're doing. So keep it up, and let's go with the next topic. How do we get to the workplace with powerful knowledge? So for that, we have a great panel, and I'd like them to turn on their camera. And, let's go to the introduction at this point. We're going to do a Spanish. We're going to start with English in the first set, and then we're going to move into Spanish. So if you have selected your translation, the preferred language that you want to hear to, please do so, because the translator will be able to catch up with the language that we're speaking on, okay? So I'd like to introduce the panel. I'm going to start with you, Eric. We've been working together for at least, I think, 2 years already since I met you. Time is flying. Eric represents EDX, and I know the new name is you too, but I usually feel like EDX was the powerful partner that came with Dream to Succeed. So I want to be honest on the two names, because you definitely want to connect and learn more about this. This is a global university, and when we talk about global, it goes beyond one set of mindset or studies. It's just representing many, many, many universities. So that's pretty cool. There is a diversity out there. And, I have to tell you, Eric, when I was growing up, my dream was to go to one of the most expensive universities in my hometown. Of course I didn't. I couldn't make it, right? I was very lucky to go where I went anyways, because I learned a lot. But I always had a dream to go to the big schools. And when I went to EDS and had the opportunity to take some of the Stanford's classes and all this, I feel like, wow, my dream came true. So tell us about you, and tell us about, who is Eric, and how do you represent this great product that is really helping many people in the world?
All right, thank you, Sarah. Eric Butler, I'm Director of Development at edX. I've been with edX for about 4 years. I joined as our first Director of Development when we were a nonprofit organization, really to team up with our founder and CEO, Anant Agarwal, who is really a visionary when it comes to online education. Some of you might have seen him on TV. He was on the Colbert Report and the Katie Couric Show. So he really, truly is a thought leader in this industry. And I joined him when we were launching a program called Micro Bachelor's Programs, which was our skills-based, credit-backed credentials that are really geared toward learners with some or no college experience looking to upskill and reskill to careers in in-demand industries. So computer science, data science, business as well. So when I joined the company, Micro Bachelor's was just an idea in Anant's head. And we worked with some of the world's leading philanthropists and corporations and foundations to raise the money to be able to launch this new learning initiative to the world. And like all of edX's courses, they're open enrollment. So anyone can sign up for these courses. They can audit them for free. They can receive credit through our verified track as well. But edX was founded in 2012. We were really one of the pioneers in the MOOC industry, so massive online course industry. And as Sarah had alluded to, we have about 230 partners worldwide, including 38 out of the 50 top universities around the world. And we have programs that range from single courses to credentials that we call micro bachelor's programs to micro master's programs, which are essentially 25 to 50% of a master's degree that you can get online, to full degrees. So there's really an opportunity, I think, to engage with edX at every step of the learning journey. And I just ran some numbers today looking at Latin America, and we have 7.8 million learners throughout Latin America that come to edX.org to take our courses, and they account for over 18 million enrollments. So they've been taking 18 million courses on our platform. So we are truly a global company. And it was really Anant's belief to make sure that education was accessible to everyone, everywhere, regardless of their background. So the vast majority of our courses and programs can all be audited for free, but we also offer substantial financial assistance to learners that want to learn on our platform as well.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal, Eric. And you know what? Honestly, I'm one of the many 18 million who have been taking a lot of classes. And in the beginning, it was all free. And I was like, wow, this is a great gift. And I want to mention a little bit about that to our audience, because, some of us are coming from very limited resources, as you can imagine, right? And we not all have the same opportunities for education, which is very sad, but it's the reality. And, when I see free training, I'm like, wow, who paid for that? Because I know there were a lot of effort put into it to create the content, to deliver the content, and to have a company who care for us to have this information for free. So there is this concept in South America that if something is free, there's no value. No, I don't want that. But when I went online and I took some of the training myself at this age with a very successful career, I have to tell you, it was priceless. The price was huge for me. So tell us a little about how they become free and how valuable they are to our audience, why they should be taking advantage of that.
Sure. Well, Harvard and MIT, when they founded this organization, they really viewed education as a human right, and it would be Anand that would say first and foremost he believes that education should be as accessible as the air that we breathe. So if you go to edx.org, you can search courses by the type of content, subject matter that you're interested in. You can search by the universities that you might be interested in as well. But all the courses you can audit for free. So that means that you have access to the materials in the course and the learning in the course that are open enrollment, and you can just sign up and then create an account on edx.org and begin learning. It was interesting during the pandemic. Always, our high demand job areas are the ones that are sort of most popular on our platform, right? So the computer science and the data science courses are always very popular. But during the pandemic, it was interesting, to see what people were taking, right? When they were isolated at home, they were taking the ethics course and the course from Harvard on justice and courses in religion and philosophy. So it was interesting to see the types of courses that people gravitated toward during the pandemic. Those types of courses saw the greatest exponential increase. But a lot of the work that we're doing today is really around workforce development, right? Training the next generation of learners and skilling them so that they can be competitive in the job market and receive the credentials that they need to get the jobs that they're looking for to give them economic mobility and stability in their lives.
That's great. And my last question to you will be, what are you guys doing to create that futuristic readiness for your audience? What is new? What is coming? How do we really get them excited to take advantage of this great resource?
Sure. I'm actually in Washington, D.C. today. So we're based out of Cambridge. But I'm really excited. We're working on a project actually with microbachelors that are going to map specifically our microbachelors programs to companies and careers. So really creating pathways with these programs, which is the next stage of this of these programs. So certainly stay tuned, and look for these opportunities. There'll be a lot of scholarship around these pathways that will be available in the coming months. But it's an opportunity for learners to take a specific microbachelors, say cybersecurity from NYU, and know that it'll map to careers at X, Y, and Z companies, and they can seek interviews at these companies, knowing that they now have a credential on their resume that's valued by these companies, and they're saying that the learning that they gain on edX through these educational partners are valued in their hiring processes as well. So really trying to create systemic change in how people hire. So not only just looking at the bachelor's degree or the master's degree as a currency, but looking at these credentials that are available and accessible to folks worldwide, and also more affordable than a more traditional degree.
No, that is so exciting, and thank you so much, Eric, because I know our members will be able to qualify for those scholarships, and I'm really excited about that because we're definitely making a huge impact. I already have some good cases of what we call, early success stories to share, and I can't wait to publish them. But thank you for our partnership and to helping our members. We really appreciate you. Our next panelist is Hannah. Hannah, let's go with Rockers. So let me tell you a little bit about Rockers. One day I got a phone call, and I was invited to teach a class in the master's degree program, and I'm like, I don't qualify. I'm not a PhD. I was a little bit intimidated by that. Well, it happened to be that one of my skill sets are very unique, and I was able to be invited by Rockers, and that's how the connection came in. And then after that, I was also invited to become a mentor of many great people that are in the path to succeed. So my connection with Hannah is very special. I'd like Hannah to come up to stage now and introduce herself, tell us a little bit about you, Hannah, your success story, and also, hey, what Rockers is doing to take us to the next level.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm really, really excited to be here. I think that this is a great event. So thank you, Sarah, for inviting me. And also just great to hear about all the awesome things that are going on. You know, Eric, I think 18 million is such a staggering number and so impressive, and definitely a testament to the way that education is evolving and, you know, the way that we're accessing education, because I definitely agree with the idea that education is a human right. So I love to see that. So I work as the Assistant Dean for Mentoring Programs at Rutgers Business School in New Jersey, in the States. So Rutgers is a large public university. It's a state school of New Jersey, and we have 3 different campuses. So we are located in the southern part of the state, the central part, and the northern part. So we cover the whole state, and my programs serve primarily the central and northern campuses. And our Newark campus, which is in the north and the closest to New York City, is actually a Hispanic serving institution. So for those of you who might be looking for opportunities to go to a place where you feel represented and supported, definitely a great place to check out as well. So my role is actually quite unique in terms of higher education. I think when people think of college, they think of professors, and that's about it. You might think of, you know, your academic advisors or career advisors, but what my office does is actually establish connections for students with mentors who are in industry. And I think something for you all to take away from this session is the importance of mentorship. I think a lot of times we don't approach situations because we feel like we don't know everything or we don't check off all the boxes that they're asking for. And I think we need to stop doing that, and you all need to stop doing that. You don't need to know everything. That's why you make connections with other people. So I always tell people, you know, oh yeah, like let me know if you have any questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll connect you with somebody who does, or I'll find out from somebody that I know, because collectively we have a lot of knowledge and you're not expected to know everything. So with that, we really recognize the importance of having those connections that you can reach out to when you have a question, when you're navigating what it is that you want to do with your life. That's a big question that people ask you. And I think probably everybody, even on the panel, if you asked us that question now, we'd say, we don't know. We're still finding out. There's a lot of life to live and a lot of ways that our life will go. And having mentors is really integral to that. So what my office does is connect people through different programs. So Sarah serves as a mentor in our one-on-one program. So she specifically works with individual students on their career goals and just helping to navigate their experience as they go through their undergraduate career. And then she also has served for one of our women's leadership programs as a mentor as well, which is super impactful. So I think having mentors who, as Sarah was sharing in her intro, inspire you is really an important piece of the puzzle for mentorship. So establishing those aspirational goals you have for yourself and finding people who reflect those and then learning from them. Like I said, you don't need to know everything. You just have to have a desire to learn and grow, you know, similar to Eric's company, that it's all driven by your willingness to grow and learn. And you'll always have things to learn. And I think that something really important to know about mentoring, and what I tell a lot of my students as well, and what our opportunities are, you know, providing, is access. There is so much wealth of information and knowledge and connection around you that it can be really intimidating to know how to hone that in and really take advantage of it. But I think that that is one way that finding a mentor can really help you. If you have one person that you can rely on to really go to and say, I'm hearing a lot about this. what are your insights on that? You know, walk me through your career path. And I'm really interested in this, like, how did you get to where you are? So there's so many opportunities around us that having one person to go to can really, really be helpful in that way. So we do a lot with mentoring in terms of one-on-one mentoring relationships, getting you connected to an individual, a person who has the career that you want to have, so that you can get those insights on how they got there, because it's rarely ever a straight line. We also do group mentoring. So a big part of going through, you know, college is learning from your peers as well. Sometimes we see mentorship only as somebody who's older than you and more experienced, but there's a lot to be gained from your peers as well. So I'm hoping, you know, after this event, you also are able to connect with some of the other participants who are here, because you'll have a lot to learn from each other as well. So we do some stuff with peer mentoring, group mentoring, where you are able to collectively as a group work with a mentor, and then you just bounce off of the group, and it's a really great creative and inspirational kind of setting to learn. And then, you know, we have women's leadership programs, and we're always constantly developing. One of the newest programs that we have is actually a first generation college student program we're piloting, and that's for students who may not have parents or guardians who, you know, have gone to college and can provide that expertise. And we want to fill in the gaps there that come in with the knowledge base that you have. We want to make sure that all students are equipped to get the education that they deserve to have. So mentorship is a huge part of your journey. And I'm really, really happy to be here and share more about that. But those are kind of the things that we've got in the works at Rutgers now.
Thank you so much, Hannah. This is very inspirational, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to mentor the team, and also, you know, to open the opportunity for our members to be mentors. So I'm calling for those Latinos on the call that are very successful, that can inspire many, and please sign up with Dream to Succeed. You can become a mentor, and then you can have the opportunity to work with great people. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm going to move to the second half of our presentation today, and I'm going to switch to Spanish because I think we have a crossover here. It's up to you, Humberto, to go English and Spanish. Remember, our translator will be able to catch up. So a este momento voy a traducir en español, voy a hablar en español para facilitar el evento con nuestros panelistas, pero será opcional.
I'm going to speak in Spanish to help with this program, but the panelists will be able to speak in English or Spanish. Humberto, when I met you, you were a leader in Latin America, and with these conversations that we had a great program in Nicaragua with you, and I want to present to you an audience, and I want you to tell you what you are doing, not only in one university, but many, not only in Nicaragua, but your program is going to be expanded. I would like to know more about you. Can you tell us about your success story?
Audience, thank you very much for inviting us, Sarah. Thank you very much for sharing with us, Eric and Hannah. And now for Nicaraguan Latino audience, I would like to switch into Spanish. Muchas gracias, Sara. Para nosotros es un honor ser parte.
Thank you, Sarah. For us, it's an honor to be part of this event. It's great to dream. We have about 4 years working in what internationally is known as a creative model. Personally, I have worked with the government for about 16 or 17 years, and I've had a process of approaching the public service because I want to serve. I would like to make that many people would have equal opportunities, so This mega event is very similar to what we want to do in our government of Nicaragua. I would like to tell you the model of economy. I'm going to share very quickly the slides about what we have been doing and our experience. This experience comes up to recognize what the small companies can share. This model, that it's about 4 years in Nicaragua, has 20 years in the world, is known as the creative economy model. We have been able to consolidate the Commission of National Economy. The economy sector is not only seen from the university, but also technical, is important from the part of the primary learning. And from that, we have defined something that have been in the section. So every person that has a different level of development can participate. And I would like to set something that Hannah talked about, the mentor. For us, the mentor from the pandemic in the last years, apart from that model that we have from the government and local and academy,
and the local, what happened, and we
pandemic,
conceptualized as
it's
the
called
formula.
the pandemic formula. And with that, we can work through tools and other options
esos conocimientos que uno tiene no solamente desde la educación formal, sino también desde la experiencia de la vida, de cada una de las experiencias.
Following the experience of life, and with this, it's even more inclusive. So today, mentorship is not just there for students. Today in Nicaragua, our model is making that this mentorship goes to the rural areas to be with them through different tools that are adequate to these different sectors. I think it is really important to see what's happening internationally. In LATAM, 90% of the business that we have are mini pymes. So most of that globally are informal. And that informality exists because many times we cannot achieve that people have access to the knowledge in, for instance, a school, a technical school, vocational school, university, and so on. So that is something that Latin American people need, and this could be part of a trap of poverty, and that could happen in the same way without any kind of result. But with this platform that is in the model of the creative economy, helps us to identify who wants, from their work, from their own abilities and knowledge, be able to enter the ecosystem of inclusion thanks to 10 public universities and also private universities who are entering into this national red web of creative Nicaragua, or Nicaragua Creativa, which means that their business are going to speed up. So we have a platform that is national and international. We have Nicaragua Teaches, Nicaragua Keeps Moving Forward, and the people that are with us, we have 100 young people, teachers, men and women of 12 universities, and they are part of this mega event, and they are also part of the technological centers in our country. So they have been part of this model in this platform, and now they are engaging in this whole process. And that allows us through public policies to work not just in ideas. Now this is part of innovation, is going through quality and digital transformation. And this is something that today we recognize as part of the characteristics of the new work. So Hannah, Freddy, we can only do this together, jointly, with the all institutions, international and national. And this is all thanks to Dream to Succeed with this program that we are developing. In the same way, we have new alliances with different organizations, but we want to highlight what we have been developing in the next months. From 2023, we will start with the first generation of 100 young people who will be using this program. And we want to thank the sponsorship from the different organizations and business. And they see this opportunity for Nicaragua. We know that this event is for Latin American people, but we want to thank with all of our hearts this opportunity that you have given us through our alliances, the Universidad de Ingeniería, which is part of this big effort of creative economy, where many organizations, all of the schooling system and university system is working jointly. And we are working for the future of Nicaragua and the workforce. So we are doing this through innovation, through the culture of working together, of mentorship, so we can create the same opportunities for as many people as we can. And that will develop a growth in economy for the country. Everyone will have better income and so on. So today we have this opportunity and we can fortify our knowledge thanks to Dream to Succeed and others. We are going to develop this in 2023 in a period of 11 months. And thank you for your support. Thank you, Sarah, for inviting us to Dream, and for the support. Thank you, Eric, Hannah, and Freddy. Thank you, Humberto. And we are going to keep fighting together. We will have a 2023 incredible. So we are waiting for the program to start. The next panelist is Jorge. I would love to see you. I would love you to talk about your history, the work that you're doing in Central America, and some of the programs that you are developing to help in the future of work. Jorge?
Good morning, good afternoon. It's great to be here with you today in this activity. My name is Jorge Herrera. I work in a university in Costa Rica, and I'm also the president of the 70 scientific magazines And also we work in the Central America and Dominican Republic. From my position in university, it's important to know that we are conscious that we have new challenges, not only because we have in front the challenges of the global warming that is making changes in a natural level, but also social and economic level. And also because the revolution of 4.0 and technology and communication has made that the future workers are going to be facing difficult options more than ever. That's why in our university, we know that the kind of professional that has to be graduate, it's a different person that used to graduate. Usually we used to prepare people where we put knowledge in them. And in the last years, we have realized that to face this new reality, we need professionals that have skills to face the challenges that are going to come. So they are going to be professionals that are going to solve problems. They have to work with a team, creativity. They need to have the skill of visualizing situations and problems in a different way. Because as universities, we need to understand that we don't have knowledge in people. The knowledge has been democratized, and now what we really need are professionals that are going to have the condition to take this knowledge and transform it, so that we need to graduate in the future years very resilient professionals. They need to be adaptable, and also they need to be able to produce quick answers, and faster than we needed them before. That's why in the Central American universities, we are doing an effort to incorporate in our in our studies different things that are globalized. And we need to have different realities and problems that have a very similar basis, but also need to be able to communicate, because technology approach makes us closer to understand problems and to understand the causes of problems, to be able to generate in a creative way and with the tools that we have, solutions that are going to be more innovative every time. Another element that we are using in the universities in Central America is the options of innovation. And with the context that I have described, the type of professional that is needed needs a lot of innovation skills, not only to be able to develop, but also to have disruptive innovations, so that we're going to be able to present different alternatives to look for solutions to the problems that we're facing. That's why we are developing some options so that our students will have more skills to create new solutions, and above all, to understand that the development of the skills is going to be a key to the development of them as professionals. That's why we need programs of development and entrepreneurship, and also to be able to strengthen information options. Not only we are going to help the students to have new ideas, but also to materialize those ideas. And we're going to have incubators that are going to be a lever to help these students. It's important to recognize that the university is very important, but we need to recognize that we need to change the system to generate professionals that are to face those challenges. This is present in our work plan, and we need to recognize that we're making efforts for the universities to incorporate platforms required for this change in the paradigm of the way in which professionals are being prepared to face the needs of the future. Thank you for that message. It's a very important way of what the future holds for Central America. Thank you for your participation in this event and to help all the people in your community. The next panelist is Freddy González, and I would like for him to end the session in the main 5 minutes. Freddy has worked with us, and we want to listen to you. What is your university doing? Good afternoon, good morning, good night, everyone. And I would like to thank everyone that is here sharing good practices. So hello, Eric, Humberto, Jorge, Hannah. Hello to everyone. And part of the work that we're doing, I'll try to do it as briefly as possible. I want to share you good practices that we have been doing and developing in the studies of continuous education in the University of Nicaragua. We are working with other universities and also with the commission of the Postgraduate Commission in Central America. And Jorge Herrera is also working on that. We have worked on entrepreneurship, and also we have been collaborating in entrepreneurship and innovation in this university. Our National University of Engineering, we have a universe of maybe 19,000 students, and the postgraduate department has been working with about 4,000 students a year. With this continuous education, I would like to share with you part and a summary of what we have been doing so that we can have. Wait a little minute, I'm trying to share. I hope you can see that. Can you see it? Yes. So it's an honor and a pleasure to share this experience in detail. And the postgraduate education of our university. Our main objective is to mark different parts of the knowledge and to have adaptation and using innovation in the present when they study present, and we need to work on education process. In that way, we need to work in organizations from the productive sector and also the part of institutions of the state. And like that, we can contribute in three main points. One, the strengthening of working with other people. The second part, implement a system of institution education. We have been working in postgraduate degrees and also to improve the quality of the programs. Those 3 points. As we see, the problem of teaching is to learn and to be continuously learning. We now in the 3.0. We are in the web 4.0, and these trends in the education and the needs of the companies, and to adapt these trends and the needs of the institutions for the formation and to train the students. And in the transformation, we have been working on developing solutions with our students, and we are looking for difficult problems using algorithms and techniques like AI to be autonomous in some topics. And also we are developing artificial intelligence. So we have been looking different alternatives to change. We are looking for topics and institutions of the government that need to face new trends. That's why we have been working and advancing into AI and tools of VR and to predict through artificial intelligence, adapting to these new trends so that our institutions and our collaborators are going to use those tools and to be more efficient, because the problems that we are facing is to see how we can adapt these tendencies to our skills, our programs, and so we can adapt them. Not only we are going to define a curriculum, but also we are going to adapt it to the needs of the context in which is working. And it's what we had in 2020. And we have talked a lot about resilience, about being flexible, and if we are more flexible and we can adapt to changes, we can use resources that we are developing, that we have available. Also,
Tenemos un minutico para terminar, pero esto está...
we need a few minutes to end, but this is very motivating. About the virtual teaching, we are going to use different platforms like conferences to use strategies that are going to convey the tools for different processes and how we link these access of education to companies. Some are more relevant, like, for example, to developing softwares and information security. We have been developing different webinars to strengthen the soft skills of our collaborators as well. And also, we see how we have been changing the experience of education. As I will say, the network of universities where we have some links. And Sarah, we are working already in a pilot project, in this case, a foundation, in some process using robots with students of a uni. And this is a reality. We would like to continue growing in this knowledge that would be great for our professionals and their future. Part of what we have been motivating and positioning of this progress of continuous improvement, in this case, with more than 230 teachers, we have a program of more than 80 courses, and it has been, we have more than 100 students in more than 17 countries, giving these tools to our professionals. And to end, we believe that people have a value and we add value to people. And in this case, we value people. Thank you very much, Sarah, for giving us the opportunity of this great event to be able to show what we do. And also, we want to continue collaborating in everything that is connected to the development of people. Thank you, everyone. And Jose, the floor is yours to finish our event. Thanks to all the panelists.